Therefore, what are going to be some of the first our goals? We have 3 goals to start with our class. We will reinforce the knowledge of the grammar of the articles. When do we have to use a and the, which is the easiest part, and the zero article. So I will need some volunteers for this following section. We need to practice some pronunciation with linking vowels. We need to check 5 examples to practice these vowels. And finally, we will have some speaking in order to practice with some peers. Let's start working on this first section. Grammar article practice. Let me display it right here. Will be 10 exercises that we will do it together. I hope that you can see my screen. And let's start with the first section. So articles, you will have the example and I will be picking randomly some people and you will have to give me the right answer, okay? So let's start. What are you going to do? Do you want a sandwich? I've got cheese and bread in the shopping bag. Correct. Number 2, let's start with Christina. So can you help me with exercise number 2, Christina?
He wants to be the letter G.
Okay, let's see here. Incomplete. Well, actually,
No, D.
right.
Ah.
You say D. Okay, we can check at the end. Okay, doesn't matter. Dennis, let's continue with number 2. Will be number 3 indeed.
Do you see letter B?
Can you read the whole example?
Did you see moon last night?
Okay, let's see. First of all, can be possible. We have moon.
Letter
Moon is only, will be just one of them. So will be the moon. So did you see the moon? Let's continue with the next person, Domenica.
I really hate no article. Maybe D. They always beat me.
Great job so far. Yes, I really hate mosquitoes. Let's keep going with the next example will be Gandhi.
If you need to contact me over the weekend, please send me letter B email.
Okay, in that case, 100% right. Let's check. So cannot be. We have a vowel. When you have a vowel, you need to use an email. Okay, remember, you need a consonant, an email. Let's keep going. Jairo, the next one.
Okay, I am fun-loving person. I love the Paris and dancing.
I love. That you say?
Sí, letter C.
Yes, in this case, we will have I love Paris and dancing. No article. You don't need there an article. Let's continue with the next person will be Jamie.
I will be there in our letter C.
Letter C. Impossible. Will be an hour. I'll be there in an hour. No worries. It's fine to make mistakes. Let's continue with Joanna.
The mail was about an urgent matter.
An urgent, yes, we can say an urgent matter. That's right. But this one, I think there was a mistake. But of course, about an urgent matter. Great job so far. Let's continue with Karen. So now it's your turn. MRI machine. Is Karen here? Okay, Karen might not be here. Let's continue with the next one though. So Mayerly, can you help me with this one?
And the MRI machine use machines to take detailed scans of your organ.
So in this case, we can use the or an. In both of them are correct if we use them according to the context. So let's see. I think this one was correct. Yes, MRI, because it starts with like M, so it's fine to use a. The next one will be. Can you help me, Nayeli?
It will be helpful to have a letter A and
And let's see, in this case, yes, this one is incorrect. So an user, it's the correct one. You're the one that you said, it's correct. The next one, can you help me, will be Paula.
The teacher at my son's school are great.
Yes, the teachers at my son's school are great. And finally will be Veronica.
We went to aquarium.
Aquarium?
Aquarium.
Okay, so we went to aquarium. Which option?
Letter B.
Letter B, 100% sure? Final option?
Yes.
Incorrect. So will be the aquarium. Anyways, guys, let's check the correct answers. Doesn't matter. This is just practice. So let's show all the answers. Do you want a sandwich? She wants to be an ambulance driver. So do you want, she wants to be an ambulance driver. Did you see the moon? Remember, when there is just one of those in a kind, so like the moon, the sun, the planet Earth, the Pacific Ocean, you just have one. So you can use the. I really hate mosquitoes. They always, also no article here. Bite me. If you need to contact me over the weekend, please send me an email. I am a fun-loving person. I love parties and dancing, no article. I'll be there in an hour. The email was about an urgent matter. And, well, in this case, I can say a or the MRI machine uses magnets. No, and it's not correct. Neither this other one. Yes, it will be helpful to have a user manual, no, an user manual, because I am using a vowel all over here. And finally, we have the two last ones. The teachers at my son's school are great. We went to the aquarium and saw white sharks. That was good. And actually, this is going to start with the following part, which is going to be some intonation, guys. We have practiced so far some grammar review, but right now, let's link some vowels. We have covered this section. I think that we have pronounced these words sometimes incorrect, but let's learn today the correct way of pronouncing. So what is linking? You're going to have some words. When we talk about fluency in English, you mean that you are articulate and that you can use words, word combination all together in order to produce sound without stopping it. So that's what it means to be fluent in a second language. That means that you can have the enough accuracy of the word choice that you make in order to have some kind of meaning without stopping. So you're going to speak with sense, and that's quality, okay? So when we talk about quality in a language, will be the way that we link those words. And let's start practicing 5 sentences in order to improve that fluency part that we have in a second language. So right here, I would like one volunteer. Can you help me? Right here will be Anderson Acosta. Can you help me reading the first example? Is Anderson here? Okay, Anderson might not be here. Let's continue. Can you help me, Cristina, in that way and with the first exercise?
The ultimate professional.
Okay, so we have that, the way that we naturally will read it. Now let's listen to a native speaker saying these words, and let's correct the way that we pronounce, okay? So let's go with number 1.
1.
The ultimate professional.
So everybody, can you notice that they said when you use a vowel in this other word, the, even though that it's the same word, the and the, there is going to be a difference when you have the next word, it's starting with a vowel or a consonant. When it's a vowel, this word is going to change for a D, the ultimate professional. So can you say the ultimate professional?
The ultimate
The-
professional.
Everybody, all of you, you need to open up your microphones. Domenica, Stephanie, Candy, Jairo, Jamie, all of you.
The ultimate profession.
The ultimate
Ultimate
The ultimate professional. Keep in mind, the ultimate incorrect. That's not real pronunciation, okay? So now you're learning English for a purpose. In this case, we need to learn the correct way of pronouncing words. So the ultimate professional, the ultimate fight, the ultimate dinner we are going to have together as friends. You have different way of pronouncing. When you use the in that other way, you can say the most incredible trip in our whole life. Now you're using a consonant, the most, okay? Difference, the most, the ultimate. The next one, can you help me reading these? Where will be, we have, will be Dennis. Can you help me with number 2?
Do a job.
That was pretty good.
2. To do a job.
So can you say to do a job? Can you combine these two words? To do a job.
To do a job.
Do a job.
Perfect. Great job. Number 3, can you help me with number 3? Will be, I think, is Domenica. Can you help me with number 3?
Okay, teacher. She understood me perfectly.
Okay, right there is an example of not linking vowels. You understand English, you can produce English, but we need now to link those vowels now to achieve fluency, okay? So let's listen to this part and let's practice to become better.
3.
She understood me perfectly.
Okay, without stopping. She understood me perfectly. Now it's your turn, guys. 3, 2, 1.
She understood
me.
She understood, okay, can you say like saying understood? Understood, not understood. Understood. She understood me perfectly. Much better, pretty great job. The next person will be Stephanie, number 4.
She only gave 2 interviews.
Okay, first of all, is a he. And also, I am checking that you, even though that you can read in English, we have to correct pronunciation. So let's link these two first words together. He only, let's listen to this part.
4. He only gave 2 interviews.
Everybody, can you say, he only gave 2 interviews, as this is just one word. So let's pronounce it. Now it's your turn. 3, 2, 1.
You only gave 2 interviews.
Great job. Much better. That's better. Now let's finish with the last one will be Gandhi, number 5.
Hero of our time.
Even though also you are making pauses. So let's listen and let's improve.
5.
A hero of our time.
Great. Everybody, can you say it? A hero of our time.
Hero.
A hero of our time.
You have to practice. You need, it's like just one sentence. A hero of our time without stopping. You don't say a hero of our time. No, a hero of our time. Now it's your turn.
A hero of our time.
Mhm. Perfect, guys. So let's continue moving on with this next section. Part B will be the real Batman. So we have a listening section about Daniel Kish with an extraordinary ability. Then we have vocabulary about the senses. We will learn about the 5 senses, and we need to wrap up the class with the grammar about the relative clauses. Therefore, guys, let's start with the first section about the listening. Let me introduce you right here. We have the real Batman. So his name is Daniel Kish, and he has an amazing skill. So even though that he lost one of his sights, he developed another one. So let's listen to his story.
Daniel Kish, who has been blind since he was a year old, taught himself to see using the technique of echolocation. As he moves around, Kish clicks his tongue and then listens for the echo that comes back. If the echo is loud, then he knows that an object is near. If the echo is not so loud, he knows the object is farther away. He has become so skilled at using this technique that he can do many things that blind people cannot ordinarily do. By clicking his tongue 2 or 3 times a second, he can ride a bicycle, go hiking in the countryside, and play ball games. Echolocation is a skill that is also used in the animal world, where it is often key to survival. The best-known example is bats. This has led to Kish being called the real-life Batman, a description he welcomes. Just like bats, Kish can tell from the quality of an echo not only how far away an object is, but also its size and its density. A wooden fence, for example, whose surface is softer than brick or metal, gives a warmer echo than a brick wall. So what can Kish actually see? Up close, at about 5 meters, he can recognize cars and bushes. Houses come into focus at about 50 meters. Kish now spends a lot of his time training other blind people in his technique, which he calls flash sonar. He says that many blind people already use echolocation in a passive way, but what they don't know is how to use it actively. The average person can develop good echolocation skills in about a month if they train for a couple of hours a day. Kish is also looking at the possibility of training fully sighted people, like firefighters, to use this skill in situations in which their vision is limited, like in a smoke-filled building. He is amused by the nickname for which he is now famous, but, mostly, he just loves what he is doing and sees great potential for it.
So Daniel Kish has been blind from a young age. He taught himself to recognize how near objects are by clicking his tongue and then listening for an echo. Using this technique, he can ride a bicycle, go hiking in the countryside, and play ball games. He can see a house from a distance of about 50 meters. Using echolocation actively is a skill you can learn in just a month. Daniel Kish likes his nickname. There we go. So let me pause this part. Right, so let's start this following section, the second part of part B. Indeed, we will learn about the senses. So what kind of senses are we going to have? First of all, we do have touch, okay? Everything that is going to be like touching. So you have touch, that's the first sense. Then you are going to have taste. When you eat something, you are using the taste, like when you are eating a nice breakfast with some tasty pancakes and with a cup of coffee. So that's your taste sense, which is working. Then you are going to have the sight, like the eagles have a well-developed sight and they can catch a prey from long distances. Smell. So when you are in the goods and you are experiencing a relaxing smell when you are through the forest. Hearing, you are hearing the little birds singing in the morning. So you have this type of senses: touch, taste, sight, smell, and hearing. Now I will ask you guys to help me in this case, getting the right sense in each one of these sentences. The first one, eagles have an amazing sense of and can spot an animals from high up. The eagles, what kind of sense do you think they have the most developed? Touch, taste, sight, smell, or hearing? What do you think?
Sight.
Let's check the sight. Pretty good. Aha, excellent. So everybody, can you say this word? Sight. Sight.
Sight.
Sight. Pretty good. So that'll be the sight. Also, you can say, that's a beautiful sight. As in Spanish, we will have vista. So your sense will be the sight. But also you can say, that's an amazing sight. That's an outstanding sight. That's a breathtaking sight. Number 2, cats have sensitive noses, but strangely, a poor sense of touch, taste, smell, or hearing. They can recognize if something is sweet.
Taste.
Maybe taste.
Let's see, taste. Excellent. Everybody, can you say this word? Taste.
Okay.
Taste.
Great job. Number 3, dogs have a very keen sense of. They can detect scents that could be impossible for humans to trace. Keen sense of what? Touch, smell, or hearing?
Smell.
Smell.
Smell, let's see here. Correct. Everybody, can you say the word smell?
Smell.
Smell. Great. Pretty great job. That's great because you tend to say like it's not a smell, will be just smell. Okay, so dogs have a very keen sense of smell. We have 2 more. Just keep a look. Okay, so keep a look of these 2 because we are just going to see touch and hearing. So we have the first one will be they hear better than humans. 2, although some dogs go deaf or become hard of when they are older. What do you think? Touch or hearing?
Hearing.
Let's see here. Yes, everybody, can you say this word? Hearing. Hearing.
Hearing. Hearing.
And the final one, people used to think crabs were basically numb. Now they had no senses of
Touch.
touch. Pretty great job so far. Let's click this part out. And now let me ask you questions. So I will ask you questions about the senses. Let's see which is the sense that we are describing right here. So let's start, guys. I will be displaying a picture and you are going to tell me which is the sense that you use for that type of, depending on the picture that randomly it will appear from the 5 senses, okay? So let's start with the first sense. Okay, so what is this sense? Anybody?
Taste.
What is this sense?
Taste.
This will be the taste. Let's see here. Correct. So that'll be the taste. The next one, what about this image?
Touch.
That'll be touch. Which is the sense?
Smell.
Smell. Smell. That's good. What about this other sense?
Hearing.
Hearing. And the final one will be
Sight.
the sight. Excellent. Relative clauses. You will have 2 of them, defining and non-defining. Defining relative clauses, they are going to, all of them, what do they have in common? They are going to be using these kind of words like that, where, which, depending on it is a place, a person. That is first of all. Secondly, a defining relative clause needs to be without a comma to have its complete meaning. If you take out the part that it's written like this in italics, it will lose the sense. In contrast, you will have the non-defining relative clause in between commas. Okay, so in this case, if you are using the commas, who has been blind since he was a year old, you take that out, the sentence will keep its meaning. Daniel Kish taught himself to see. This is not going to be relevant. That's why it is non-defining. It doesn't define the sentence. If you keep it out, the sentence will keep its meaning. As simple as that. Let's start checking some examples about the relative clauses. I wanted you to see in front of your screen, we'll have the slides, the relative clauses part. Let's start with some examples. She's the woman that I love. Also, as it is a person, I can use who I love. Quito, the capital of Ecuador, is having massive problems with traffic. If I take out these in between commas, the sentence will keep its meaning. Quito is having massive problems with traffic. The sentence keep its meaning. That is the house where I live. I'm talking about a place. Therefore, I need to use where. John, my neighbor, is a famous cardiologist. If I take out my neighbor keeps the same meaning. John is a famous cardiologist. Defining and non-defining relative clauses. Defining relative clauses. She's the woman that I love. She's the woman who I love. She's the woman which I love. You also can use between that or which. That is the house where I live. It is a place. Non-defining relative clauses. Quito, the capital of Ecuador. In between commas, you take it out, the sentence keeps its meaning. John, my neighbor, you keep it out and it keeps its meaning. You tend to add here information. I'm not saying that it's not important. I mean that if you take it out, the sentence will keep its meaning. As simple as that. The main difference, as you can see, gives essential information. We don't use commas. Non-defining relative clauses gives extra information, and here we do use commas. Let's practice. Okay, guys, so let's start getting back. We have, that's the film we watched in the cinema last week. Okay, and I have who, which, and where. Which option do you think is the correct one? Option A, B, or C? What do you think?
Letter B.
Letter B, yes, it's a film. So actually it's not going to be like a who, neither a where. The next one, I need a new camera. Who, which, or where? I need a new camera.
B. Letter
Letter B, which takes photos. Good, yes. Now I will be asking some people. Let's continue moving forward. I think that we stop in Gandhi. Can you help me? Jamie will be number 3.
They live there.
All the sentence. Try to read all the sentence.
John's the only person can bake a cake.
Huh?
Letter A.
Yes, correct. Is a person, so I need to use who. Excellent job. Let's keep going with Joanna.
Mike is the boy who enjoys doing sport.
Perfect. Pretty good. Let's keep going with Karen.
I love the TV program. Voice after the news.
So the first one.
No. Which?
Okay, let's see. Yeah, perfect. So we have which. It's a TV program. Great job. Mayerly, the next one, number 6.
That train is the one where stopping birds.
It's not a place. That train is an object.
Which?
Excellent, great job. Nayeli will be the next one, number 7.
That's the coffee where I meet my grandparents at the weekend.
Even though that you have the right answer, remember, coffee, it's the beverage, but cafe, it's the cafeteria. Just is a reduced form of saying cafeteria, but you just have cafe. So that's the cafe where I met my grandparents, it says. Okay, the next one, it's going to be, you already have read it. So let's see, Bruno.
Yeah. The farmers are the people. Grow vegetables. What is that grow?
Who, which, or where? Grow vegetables, that'll be like a farmer. Grow, grow would be like raise.
Which?
Which? I'm talking about farmers. They will be people.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. Who?
Will be who. Great job. Exactly. We have Paula.
Farm is the place where law of animal life.
Yes, farm is the place lots of animals live. And finally, Veronica, number 10.
She can find the keys which open the bathroom door.
That was right. So she can find the key which opens the bathroom door. Game complete. Excellent job so far, guys. 10 out of 10. Let's